Dr. Mix presents the Commodore 64 Synthesizer.
Hi and welcome to Dr. Mix. You know how I'm working on my Commodore 64 project? Bang! Bang! You know how I want to transform this into a very good synthesizer, and I have asked help already to the 8-bit guy. He was very helpful. He gave me so many good suggestions. However, I am kind of good with the soldering iron, but you know, I want to get some extra help from somebody who has more experience with, electricals and connections and all that kind of stuff. And who could that be? Who could that be? But of course, look, Mom, no computer. I'm going to visit Sam right now. Let's go. I've hired a car. A good one.
They don't want the British courts be right to make that claim.
All right, I think I am close.
Turn left, then you have reached your destination.
I have reached my destination.
Hello.
Now, give me a hug. You look awesome. Look at you.
And then in there we've got like the room.
What?
Yeah.
No way. Wow.
This is like what can you say? Like old musical instruments, much like you do.
Did you buy all of the oscillators from Brewer here on the planet?
Well, I try, but I don't think I'm going to be failing because a lot of people are after them. But I keep on buying the broken ones basically and fixing them.
Theremin? Look, Mom, 2 computers. Wow. Oh, this looks sweet. Oh, I had this and the mythological Furby organ.
I don't know whether that's...
You truly are a mad scientist.
I don't know. I don't think so. But, you know.
Well, look, I did bring a few toys of my own. I mean, it's very hard to impress you here, but I think we're gonna have some fun, shall we?
Yeah. What have you got?
This is the bread bin that I've got.
I love the case.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
It's the coolest case. Oh yeah, you beauty. You want to retro bright that? Look at that.
Yeah.
The beautiful, beautiful tones. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You've already spoke to 8-bit guy about this stuff.
I have. He gave me actually some advice that I think we should execute on today.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Also,
you got another one.
I got a second one because I am aware, and I don't know if you can confirm that the SID chip that's in here is not the same that's in here.
Well, it might be the same, or it might be different. Well, I'm just trying to see what the motherboard is. It looks like it's got the smaller motherboard, so yes, this will have a different SID chip to this one.
Right. SID card. Then I've got this. Here we got Messiah card.
Have you had a go on the Messiah yet?
This is just quickly.
yeah.
It sounded great. I'm not sure how much we can integrate it with what I have in mind. And this is the SID, double SID thingy. What do you call it?
SID to SID.
SID to SID, correct. And a little bit of pieces. You told me to buy them because you don't have the transistors, right?
Awesome. Have we got the extended potence, the extended...
Oh, I don't know if we do. I don't know. Do you think that will do?
Oh, wow! Oh, did you only get this many?
Yeah!
Literally only this many. That is so funny. How many is there? Oh yeah, you can usually only get them in tubes. That's mad.
The little train of love. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. SID FX 3, which apparently can take 2 different kind of SIDs.
Oh, without having to adjust anything?
Exactly.
The same...
And the reason is because it's got a little microprocessor that will take care of business.
Damn!
Yeah.
And it did cable 2.
I got 2 just in case I
Mad.
break one.
Awesome.
Actually, my plan is to first build the prototype and then build a second one on the basis of this, and then a third one. Then one I'm gonna keep, one I'm gonna give away, and one I'm gonna sell. How's that plan?
That sounds good.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to need, which includes some empty cartridges.
What are you planning to do? Oh yeah.
What is this called?
SD card to...
SD card reader. This adapters so that you don't have to... I don't know exactly what they do, but they do something.
What the...
External card reader.
Oh, so you got that and the internal. If you can't see, my solution is a bit of hot glue for the SD card reader on mine.
Sam, what do you say? Shall we start?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen all of this is completely thrown me, and I don't actually know what you're wanting to do. So just tell me what we got to do, and we'll try and do it.
My idea is that we should make a synthesizer out of the Commodore 64 that sounds as clean and nice as possible. You know, that there is that sort of thing that depends on the input. So get rid of that stuff. Try to use a double SID in a practical and effective way, and then, you know, have a few controllers.
So let's try and cram as much as possible into the case of the C64, or not even into the case, because you're building a case.
Exactly.
So it could just be a splayed load of wires around the Commodore 64, just looking like a weird Frankenstein. Okay, let's do this. Let's just quickly get all of this stuff out of the way. What is this? Oh, you've got testers.
Yes, these are dead
test.
test. Have you got one?
No.
Have one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Right, so from my understanding, what we need to do to this is you want to add the knobs for Messiah.
Yup.
Sadly, I don't think Synth card. Where is Synth card? Does it have any knob? Does it have any control that you can add to the knobs?
Synth card is pretty basic. It doesn't even have MIDI.
MIDI controls. Okay. Synth card supports MIDI input through MIDI interface, so you can control the resonance, the cutoff. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 15 parameters. Then you can have loads of knobs instead of just 4 knobs for Messiah.
Ooh. This is the Messiah, on the other hand, that has MIDI input. Can you control different things through the MIDI?
Let's have a quick peek. I've got the actual manual printed out. Oh, where the hell's Messiah? So many chips keep on falling out. Just trying to find Messiah in here. Let's have a look on those things called computers. I think we need to use one.
20 minutes later.
The problem is, so Messiah, where you can have the 4 knobs to control the parameters and then a MIDI input. So that's what you're looking at. Don't know what parameters we can control over that. But then the other option is we go for Synth card, build a MIDI interface for it, and then build a 15 knob like MIDI CC controller into a block of wood, so you can have that and control all of the 16 control parameters.
Let me throw another element into the equation, because we can have the SID to SID, that's Messiah compatible, but not card compatible.
Is it not SIM card? Well, there's another thing we should...
Maybe, instead, we could use this one. Why don't we see what's compatible with SID effects? Because if that should be compatible. Maybe these things are input for controllers already.
Are they?
Is that what they may be?
You're just saying that because you know, don't you? They are,
I don't know,
aren't they?
I'm not sure. But, you know, this cables that kind of give it away.
Wow, that is so cool. Well, let's plug this one in. Let's have a look at how we do this.
Yeah.
Should we do that?
Let's do that.
But even though SID to SID is really interesting, it's up to you, Dr. Mix. This is your project. Just tell me what I'm doing.
Let's try everything!
Okay, well, let's remove the Commodore 64's screws. What Dr. Mix has done in here, because I know there's been some modifications before. Oh, look at that beauty. Yeah. That is cool.
It's clean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. Well, I like this is the Luma
The
modification.
Luma fix, that's something that I have installed myself. It does make the world of a difference when you actually capture the screen. Because at some point, I want to have a little display like this, and that's gonna help.
What I think we should also do before we even step into SID territory is grab the other Commodore 64 you have and find out what SID chip is inside that one. And you specifically want 2 different SID chips.
If you have a spare SID chip, but I doubt you do.
I've got like 10 SID chips, so maybe.
Oh, wow.
But the other, I've just realised one of your parameters of what you said you wanted is a clean sounding synthesizer.
Yes.
The 6581, which is the early SID chip, is it's known for its grotty nature and it's quite, noisy nature. The 8580, on the other hand, is known for its slightly higher. Oh, I've just broken the warranty seal.
Oh my God, it's out of warranty now.
It's out of warranty. It's looking like it's got the smaller of the two motherboards. Pull out the keyboard.
This is not your first time, is it?
Oh, no, I know C64s. Okay, so we have the new motherboard here. Here's the SID chip, the 8580 SID chip, and it's a revision 58580, so it's probably one of the newest you could possibly get. So a 6581 and an 8580. What would you like to do? Would you like the two different ones?
Yeah, let's try. I mean, because basically the concept is we're gonna increase the polyphony. Is that what's gonna happen?
The SID chip has 3 voices. So you double it, you've got 6. Let's go and have a look on the internet and double check what we can do with this, and then you can choose whether to have 2 matching SID chips or 2 different SID chips. Computer.
A few moments later.
I just got to get another MIDI cable from up here. MIDI cables galore. Plug the Messiah in. MIDI out, MIDI in. So we'll get to edit, and I'm just going to see. So that means that with this MIDI mode inside the sequencer on Messiah, we are able to control the parameters. It's a lot of work.
Can I throw a curveball?
Yes, throw a curveball.
What happened if we use synth card instead?
Well, this is another issue. So SynthCart, in order to control it with MIDI, you need a MIDI interface.
Do you have one?
Sadly not. However, I'm just going to quickly search up on Google, which I haven't done yet, because when you went away just to go and get these lovely grapes, I had a quick look up and try and figure out what we wanted to do, because initially I was expecting we were going to do the 4 joysticks.
Technically speaking, there are only 4 analog inputs on a C64, so 4 I would think would be the maximum without some significant hardware modification.
This is uncharted territory for me and for you, and somebody's probably looking at the screen right now being like, you should do it like this! And I'm sure we're going to see those comments coming up very soon.
No doubt.
Okay, so I'm going to see how difficult it is to build a Commodore 64 MIDI interface from scratch.
1 hour later.
Okay, so the plan has progressed. We've got the 2 Commodore 64s that we've looked at, but the first thing we needed to work out is exactly what you want. Is that you want, from what my understanding, you've got this like box. The Commodore 64's here, so we've got the keyboard, which is like this. Kind of looks like. Have you ever seen the drum machine, the Eurythmics drum machine, the orange one?
Yeah.
I don't know whether you want a screen in here, but it'll be pretty awesome.
Well,
like
yeah, that was the plan actually.
3, 4. So you would have, this isn't 16 knobs, this is 12 knobs, but you'd have 16 knobs. Here's the box, looking pretty snazzy. MIDI input as well. So that's what I imagine you're seeing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this, we've just been looking at Messiah, because you want it polyphonic, you want to use all of the voices. I don't think Messiah's great for that, because in order to get to the mode where it needs to be like a polyphonic synth with all of this controls, is you have to go through into the sequencer menu, you have to activate the SID chip and stuff. Whilst Messiah is amazing for a lot of things, I think this specific thing is probably more of a SynthCart ordeal.
Right.
But the problem with the SynthCart ordeal is we need one more piece to the puzzle, one more thing. And what we need is a MIDI interface. So what happens is SynthCart, this is SynthCart, all of its lovely wires, that needs to connect into the interface, and then the interface connects to the Commodore 64. But the thing is, we need to be able to add knobs to this all. So what we need to do is this is like a MIDI control. You know MIDI controllers with all the knobs on them?
Yep.
Well, basically, we build one of these out of an Arduino, which is a little microchip, and that goes into the interface, so you can adjust it whilst playing on the keyboard. But it doesn't stop there. What we do is we also add a MIDI input into this MIDI controller with the knobs, which is going to be in the wooden box, and that is a MIDI input for you to plug your computer in, or like you know, a keyboard or something. So this going into that, but then also you can use the keyboard and adjust it. This is how you can make it feel like you know, an analog. I mean, it's not an analog synth, but you can
It
make
is an
feel,
analog synth.
Well, it's an analog filter. It has an analog filter, so yeah, of course, yeah. So an analog digital synth,
Digitally controlled analog
a retro feeling nice synthesizer.
Correct.
This is how you would do it. The problem with all of this is right now we haven't got the interface. This is a face being all sad. This is Dr. Mix. Hi, I'm Dr. Mix, and I haven't got a C64 interface. But yeah, there's a sad Dr. Mix because.
There you go.
But it doesn't matter because we can still get a lot of things done here. I reckon we can still make this, because this whole modification still needs the 2 SID chips. I have a matching SID chip. Even maybe, oh no, not down to the date. Yours is a year newer than mine, but that is 2 revision 5 8580s. Pop out this little SID chip because I know there's going to be more comments being like, don't use that, use a proper IC socket. That's a fancy SID chip. Yeah, I know, but I don't know where my my chip puller outers is. So it's as simple as this, right? We're going to go for 2 8580 chips, right? So there's one, and then I'll get another one. Okay, so 2 revision 5 8580s. And now we're just going to plop them in. Yeah, cool, blimey.
Because this is a co-production.
Yeah, cool, blimey productions. But yeah, as you can see, that is it. Now we need to follow a little bit of instructions on what to wire these little jumper cables. The blue one goes to pin 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Pop that on there. Like that. This yellow one is the address line for the second SID chip. 5, 6, 7. And there we go. Pop that in there. And then, so that is attached. The other 3, so you've got the output and 2 switches. So these 2 are exactly the same. I'm literally just going to plop it in, and then you can fiddle it. The thing about making projects like this is you never really know what you want. You think you know what you want for the end thing, but it's always quite different. So the best thing to do, because since you're putting in a different case, is we drill holes for each one of these things. Yeah. And if you find you don't need these switches, just don't include them on the last bit. And then this is the output wire. That's what we're going to do, but you want 2 big jacks. Have you got a stereo output mini jack? I don't think I
With me?
have. Yeah. You want silver?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go for the closed.
Okay, closed ones, yeah.
Right, this is the ground, so I'm going to ground both of them together. Oh, okay, time to solder this bad boy down. Get a nice chunk of solder on that. We're going to connect the grounds together. Stops all that humming. Okay, so we've got these 2 connected together. Now, get these cables, and let's hope this works. Okay, so just soldered the first jack onto it, and then the second jack is right, and then I'll plug this into that. So that is the 2 outputs on big mono jacks, and now we're going to plug that in to its designated area there. So we'll just have them hanging out the back right now, like that. Fingers crossed it works. The other modification you want to do is add an SD card, right?
Correct.
I'm not 100% sure what this actually is. Do you know what this is?
Yes, basically this allows you to save the power connection, because you can take the power by connecting this here.
Oh, so it adds an ability to go out there and... Okay, yeah. So let's just plug back in the screen. Plop that on top, plug it in, turn it on. Okay, look at that. So you've got the, that's 4.84 volts going in to powering this. It's just a nice little thing. Let's just plug these in. What's it? I'll just turn it up. Any luck?
Nope.
Nothing ever goes right first time, does it?
Whoa.
Okay.
Is it 6 notes polyphony?
No, we need to check. Well, I think we need to activate the second SID chip.
Okay, cool.
Now we need to just plug it into a screen, I guess. There we go. Oh yeah, version 2.01. Okay, so we need to activate the second SID chip. Yeah, six channel mode.
Channel.
Okay,
Good.
so. Whoop. Okay, I have a feeling it might be the way it's been wired up. Control enter to 6-channel mode. Hopefully, when we plug this in.
So it looks like we need a little program to set up this polyphonic mode. So now we have put the piece of software onto this SD card.
Yeah, this is the SID FX configuration tool. Hopefully, we're able to change it. So, right, let's turn it on. Right, load SID FX.prg Shift-A. That looks about right.
Yep.
Press enter. Right, let it load.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Let's
This
see.
is what it's
Yay!
That's what it's supposed to look like. Ah! What the hell is all of this made?
We are in the thick of it now. There you go.
Oh, it might be D400, D500. So that's... Hopefully, fingers crossed. What I think the plan is, funnily enough, Synthcar also have a version available for the address line D420. And this is looking good. So yeah, I'll the address line on number 10. Definitely going to do that and add that to a switch. Thanks, man. Cheers, man.
And the verdict is...
Well, the verdict is, if you look in here, see that yellow wire there? Basically, in order to make it the right address line, we need to change this yellow wire over to another pin on here, pin 10 instead of pin 7. I think we could be a bit smarter than that and add a switch between pin 10 and pin 7, meaning we could flick between Messiah and Synthcar. So I think that's a good idea. I wonder if there's a multi-cart. There'll be
Sure.
somebody who has a multi-cart.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But let's wire in another switch.
Eventually.
Let's give it a go. Okay. You ready? Ah! You're joking me. Let's do the diagnostics again. And hopefully we'll hear all ports, so.
It's the moment of truth.
Okay, the moment of truth. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah!
Have a play. Have a play. It's...
Five and six. Yeah!
6 voices.
Rock and roll, baby! Yes. So we've got one more video coming up, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, cool.
Because there's quite a few steps to this, actually. I've always found this. When you start a project, you're like, it's going to be easy.
It's never easy, is it?
No.
All right. Well, I think that's where we should end this video at this point. And I thank you so much for watching this. You should definitely check out Sam's Look Mom No Computers channel. It's great. I'm addicted to it. I'm gonna leave a link here or here or here or everywhere. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, well, this is a good time to do that. I love you dearly, and I will kiss you everywhere.